Hello everyone! Today we are going to take another look at the Massachusetts. Now this ship is still a work in progress, but there have been some recent changes. And I'm gonna tell you, this new version is a lot of fun. So what changed since the last time I took a look at this ship? Well, they fixed damage control. Well, fixed. They gave her a regular damage control like any other US battleship. So that's great news. They buffed the secondaries, so you have better reload and better accuracy. They increased the turret traverse, so your turrets turn faster now. That means you don't really need expert marksmen anymore. And they reduced the firing range. And look at that! We just got a citadel and sunk ourselves a cruiser. Now there is a buffalo coming through the center without concealment. Fully broadside. Yeah. This buffalo, I don't know what his plan is. Probably he just wants to sink, I don't know. So, there you go. One less buff. Now I'm on Two Brothers and we are having a decent start. There are lots of Clevelands around. It's a tier 9 battle, which is actually pretty decent matchmaking, I suppose, because it's not tier 10, and as a tier 8 you mostly are just seeing tier 10s, it feels like. But back to this ship. So right now, this ship is really designed as a close brawler, and everything kind of fits. Your maximum range isn't that good. Your accuracy is pretty bad, so engaging ships at longer ranges will be or can be very frustrating because your guns are rather unreliable. But once you get close, once those secondaries open up fire, then the fun starts and those secondaries can really hurt. Now, as for captain skills, I'm running here IFH and advanced firing training. Advanced firing training in a secondary boat is, I think, a must-have. Because unless you get those secondaries you fire, you just averse Alabama. So you need all the range you can get in order to make those secondaries work. The next thing is the penetration on your secondaries isn't that great. They are, I think, 127mm high explosive shells. And IFHE really works well with those secondaries. Now, I'm not saying you need IFHE, but it certainly helps. As for manual secondaries, the accuracy of those guns is pretty good. Manual secondaries makes it even better, but again, it feels like I'm not sure if it's worth the 4 points on this ship, but you can certainly do it. You can go for a full meme build, and it's rather fun. But well, you will see that it starts at the end that I get quite a few hits with my secondaries and quite a decent accuracy, and I'm not running manual secondaries in this one. Now as for the battle itself, it's looking rather decent here. I mean, we are losing the D side, but we have an advantage. The enemy battleships here are running for the zone wall. I'm not going to chase them all over there, it seems rather pointless. I'd rather just grab C, which is undefended. I guess I could let the Amagi go through here, but it's possible that the enemies will return and defend, so I want to help this Amagi do something useful. There's also a Cyclone incoming, and I don't want to be stuck at the zone wall during a Cyclone where I can't do anything. So anyway, back to this ship. Do you need a specialized captain for the Massachusetts? Not really. I feel like if you are running advanced firing training on your regular US battleship captains, which you would be doing for the anti-air, it's an okay fit on the Massachusetts. You could get more out of it, but it's enough to have some fun. Also, the Massachusetts has decent anti-air, so it helps there as well. But what's better fit even is an American light cruiser captain, because on a light cruiser you're probably taking IFHE, Concealment Expert, and Advanced Firing Training, or at least I'm doing that on my US light cruisers. The AFT is usually for the anti-air, and well, IFHE because you need the pen on your light cruisers, and then Concealment Expert, and that works really nice on the Massachusetts. Because that concealment also helps you to get closer to your targets or just reposition yourselves, get out of bad situations. Keep in mind that you might very often end up in a tier 10 battle and you will have a hard time at longer ranges anyway. So here we have a tier pits showing quite a bit of broadside. We know one of his torpedo launchers is now on cooldown unless he gets to turn around and use the second one. I'm assuming he will turn around now and use the second launcher on me. Probably try to either Citadel or ram the Amagi, we shall see. But we have a potential to just, let's say, sandwich these tier pits. My secondaries are having a lot of fun here and I should get a nice chunk of his health here. Unfortunately, it's the Amagi who went to ram. You know, the torpedo launcher on the side where the Amagi was on cooldown, so I feel like that was an unnecessary ram. I mean, he kind of protected me from potential torpedo hits, but well, still doing okay here. The enemy is pushing B, so I could just push this way and try to take point D, but I feel like I'm just going through the channel here and defend B. There is Yugomo still there, there is a Kronstadt coming this way to help out. So I feel like it's the best move to just help there and we just speed it up a little bit while I aim through this channel. But yes, back to the captains. I feel like a light cruiser captain is working very well here. Unfortunately, it needs 18 points, so if you don't have very experienced captains, it's probably a lot less fun. But overall, I feel like this ship is in a pretty good shape. It's really all designed around brawling right now. At long ranges, you won't have that much fun. This also means that the ship is kind of situational. Getting in those brawling situations, especially in tier 10 battles, can be very hard. And longer ranges can be sort of frustrating. But once you get close, those secondaries are truly a joy. With the fast turret traverse, you can get away without expert marksman, which opens up more captain points. You have the great torpedo belt, like the Alabama. I think it's like 2% less or so, but still it's a great torpedo belt. You are agile enough for the brawling things. You don't have like German turtleback, so ideally you might wanna be like, I don't know, maybe 8 to 11 kilometers so that you're inside secondary range and still can sit angled and shoot them while your secondaries just go to town. You have a very short cooldown on your heal, which means that even in a sticky situation you might be able to hold on there quite a bit longer than normal. So right now I feel like this ship is really nicely designed all around brawling. It has its weaknesses. It will suffer at longer ranges because of the inaccurate guns, and your main gun range also isn't that good. But if you find the situations where you can get close, I mean, this for example is obviously the perfect spot, right? US cruisers, they don't have torpedoes. You can't spam me from long range in a cyclone anyway, and once you find like 3 of those ships here clustered together, the secondaries here helping out. So that worked quite nicely. Now this battle is over, well, small engagement is over, I can damage counter fires, heal back up. Now also when you look at the minimap, you will see a Tashkent is coming through this channel. Well, it's most likely. The way he was last spotted, I assume he's coming through here. So this is why I'm still staying here and I'm waiting for him to come around. Tashkent hasn't the greatest concealment, and also once he comes out of this channel, I should be able to immediately spot him. And all I have to do is avoid the torpedoes. Secondaries are opening up. My main guns are ready, and well, not the biggest hit, but oh wait, okay, this was a pretty big hit. So okay, he got completely wrecked. Let's put it like this. Didn't even have time to get torpedoes off. So you can see that was this dispersion on my part, but at close ranges, those guns still deliver pretty well. And now let's speed this up a tiny bit more. We are ahead on points, we are ahead one ship. We will soon have the same amount of capture zones, although they are taking A. There is a Friedrich there. That Friedrich has been engaged with this Amagi for a long time. Now, if he gets in a crossfire between the Alsace and the Amagi, this might be a problem, but you see there is an island here, so he should be completely safe from the Alsace. And Friedrich der Große against an Amagi, the Amagi should not stand a chance, in theory. Which of course means our Friedrich goes down. Now it's me and the Kronstadt, we still have a lead, but if we just let them cap A, then they will have such a points advantage that we aren't winning this, so we have to go there and either recapture A, sink ships, basically do something. So, here we have an Alsace, he is still somewhat healthy, my Kronstadt, well he still has 30k health. So, we will see. Once again, I'm a good brawler, and again he is tier 9. Secondaries are opening up. Now, of course, manual secondaries would increase my hit rate here quite a bit, probably. But I feel like it still works. I'm getting quite a few hits. Now, unfortunately, the Cyclone is receding, which means the Amagi can't join in. That's bad news for us. Now, the Alsace is turning towards the Kronstadt. I'm not sure. Oh, is he? There might be some opportunity for me to get shots into his broadside. Or maybe the Kronstadt can shoot his broadside. Now he is turning, he is angling, and... yeah, I fired too early. When you see the angle wasn't very good, I got only 1 pen and 2 bounces. Now I got the shadow. Well, that's my bad, I should have just shot the superstructures, so bad play on my part. And I get somewhat punished for it. But, you know, in the end, 91 secondary hits, got 2 fires with the secondaries, so we got him down. Now it's me against an Amagi. I obviously need to get close enough to get those secondaries to work, but if I can manage that, I should be in decent shape. And unfortunately also was still way too broadside. But I also still have another heal left, and there you can once more then see it is only a 40-second cooldown on that heal. So once that heal has run through, there is a good chance that I can get another off during this brawl. Unless it's decided by some citadels. You can also see points-wise, the enemy is catching up. And while I'm blocking A, I cannot cap A because this Amagi will keep interrupting me. So, secondary hits are accumulating, and once we get closer it will get even better. And yeah, I guess this brawl will probably be decided in very close quarters. My healths are getting low. And there you can see my heal is ready again. I immediately use the heal. And now I'm holding my fire. I want to shoot once the Amagi is broadside. And I want to really make sure that... and I shoot too early. Because I'm an idiot. Six bounces. I really screwed that one up. There is no excuse for this, and this might just cost us the game. Because I just didn't hold my fire a while longer. Now I'm desperate to get the front guns working, so I'm earned here quite a bit. And nice hit on the Amagi. He is down to like 3000 health. We get rid of the fire. Now I'm turning away so to avoid return fire. He is burning. and he kills me. So I managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. I kind of screwed up both brawls a little bit. I could have hit the Alsas a bit better, and I got, I think, a few shatters that were unnecessary. And then obviously I pulled the trigger too early, and instead of penetrations I got bounces against the air magi. If I hadn't done that, I would have easily won that brawl. So it's not the ship, it's just the captain. Well, despite the screw up in the end, I had a pretty good battle overall and managed to score like 318 secondary hits. I also managed to get like 2000 base experience in a defeat, which in itself is pretty nice. Didn't get any achievements because test ships cannot get achievements. Now, of course, the more interesting part is when we look at the secondaries. I fired like 1072 secondary shells and I hit 318 of those. So I hit about less than a third of the shells, but you know, without manual secondaries, it was still okay. I did like 33,500 points of damage and another 16,000 through fires. So overall, those secondaries contributed quite a bit in this battle. And without AFHE, it's a lot less consistent. But it's still somewhat working, in my opinion. So in conclusion, it's a very fun ship. It's not necessarily the strongest ship out there, but it's doing well in its role, which is brawling. And it all depends if you can make this work. If you're interested in brawling ships, if you like, for example, the Bismarck or so, you will probably like the Massachusetts. If you're more of a long-range person who likes more accurate guns, then you probably won't like the Massachusetts. She's still a work in progress. I hope she stays the way she is, but we shall see what Wargaming has planned. Now that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.